Kia ora and welcome to Craft to Artosaurus. My name's Paula and today is Sunday, so it's Sunday Funday Scroll Day. I am having fun with that. We've got this little bit left here to do, and this is the bit I'm a little unsure on, but I'm going to get there. I'm going to work it out. I'm going to work it out. So I am thinking, okay, I think on the beach down here, I'm going to do a little, hopefully this will work. I might just have to turn this on its side so I can, there we go. Just have to stretch it out so the pen works. And I'm going to go down like this. So it's like a little upside down boat's what I'm thinking. It's in the sand, and there's the little, I'll put a little porthole here and here and here, so you kind of get that idea of a boat. What else would it have? It needs a little door, so I'll put a door here. And I'll work it out as I go along. Right, so I've got an upside down boat. Well, more kind of a teeny weeny little one, but I kind of know what it is. Here we go. I've got my tangle. I'm just going to put it over here and spread it out a bit so I can work at it a bit more, and also I can see bits and bobs a bit better. So there's that colour. Kind of wanting a brown. I'm not seeing a brown at all. Is that a brown there? No, that's a blue. I think, is that a brown? No, that's a black. Oh, hang on, I can see a brown. I see brown. There's a little bit of brown. It stresses a little bit. I'm pulling on the tangle some more, hoping to find some brown. It's actually not a colour I use a lot, so I might not have any brown in my tangle, but I would like to use what's over here, obviously, and start to use some of this up. Here we go. I'm finding more brown as I pull it apart. Got the sun streaming in on the table. I don't know how that looks on the camera. I'm going to leave it because I quite like, I'm enjoying the sun. We were meant to have a lovely weekend. They lied. Boy, did they ever lie. Oh dear, I'm a shocker. We need a needle. I think I like one of these nice long ones. I'm just going to put my scissors over here. My ought container would be another thing. Hang on, I've got my needle, but oh, there was a needle in there. Ought container. There it is. There's the ought container. Right, ought to have done something about that. I think I'm going to have to turn off, I'm going to have to close these curtains. So just give me a second while I do that. Well, that was a bit heartbreaking actually. Oh, hang on, there's this. You know what? I'm going to draw on this, and then I'll put whatever I make here down onto there. I'm just, yeah, this way I can draw a boat, and at least it'll look like a boat. I don't know, I feel like I've done something wrong with that boat. A boat's hull comes out and around like this. I'm on a button, I can feel it. I can feel the button. Here we go. There we go. And there is a door, which is fine. So that's the boat's hull, and then the end of the boat kind of comes along this, you know, the bit that cuts through the water. I don't know what it's called. I'm going to come along quite a bit, and then it kind of, there we go. And this bit here would, I haven't done it on an angle is the problem. That's why it looks wrong again. It's got to be an angle coming down, and then it goes around like that. There we go. Right. Now, that's going to make a little bit more sense. It already looks better. So, years and years ago, oh, maybe it wasn't that long ago. Maybe not. So that's the back of the fabric and that's the front of the fabric, thankfully. Scissors, scissors, scissors. I'm going to cut it, but leave enough so I can turn it under because I want this boat shed to go. On there. There we go. I might even, just to make the turning of it a little bit easier, I'm just cutting it now. Well, I've got the picture in my hand, and as I slowly work it out. There we go. So that will be the boat there. What did I do with the needles just down here? Move that back over there. So today we're going to add a boat shed. Oh, I should have, oh you see I wanted the boat shed there, but I'm going to add it here, like there. Or I could put it down on the beach. Nope, I want it there so I can see it. So, yep. So this is a boat that's broken and someone's, you know, turned it upside down, and from there they've made a shed inside it. Gosh, I can't remember how long ago I did the painting. I do remember I had loads of fun with it. I had a wall behind with a town and everything, you know, one of those old English kind of walls where it's all nicely stoned. So they've got stones going up it. We don't have that sort of thing. Sorry, my voice is going again. We don't have that sort of thing here in New Zealand, but I'd seen it on loads of Mr. Bean episodes. Yes, Mr. Bean episodes. And I was doing a painting and I thought, oh, the town looks really nice. The beach is looking a little bit naff. It needs something on the beach. I wasn't quite sure what, but I knew that the beach wasn't quite right. So I kind of ummed and ahed about it, as I'm inclined to do. And as I sat there umming and ahhing, my tutor Kate was like, well, what do you want? I said, it's just missing something. I'm not quite sure what. And she said, you'll work it out. You'll work it out. Just what did she say? It was rather cool, whatever she said. I can't remember. I think she was like, just relax or something like along those lines. If you relax, it'll come to you. And I thought, oh, she is right. It will. I just need to relax and it'll all come to me, you know, as these things normally do. And I sat back and I thought, oh, what it needs is a boat. And then I thought, oh, do I really want a boat going out to sea? Because I had this lovely kind of, I had people already out there and they were rowing a boat. And I thought, oh, well, we've got boats here in Greymouth. And one of the things I'd noticed is that because we've got the boats, we've got a boat shed, and we've also got an area where the boats can be dragged up, and they have an outdoor, oh, it's not a wharf, it's a place where you fix your boats up at. I've forgotten what it's called, but we had one of those as well. And I thought, oh, something kind of like that, but obviously English. And I thought, well, it has to be old, it's English, because I think of everything English as being quite old. Everything here in New Zealand seems quite new and modern compared to England, you know. They go, oh, well, you know, I've got an old house, but my house isn't as old as the houses that are out there in England. So, yeah, I always kind of chuckle to myself when I think, oh, yeah, my house is old. No, it's not compared to an English house. It's one of the oldest in the street here in Greymouth. It is an old house, but things in England, they're like really old, like really, really old. You know, going back to old kings and that sort of thing. We don't have old kings, you know, don't have any kings at all. Well, I guess we have. We've got Māori tribes and that sort of thing. So they had kings in them and that sort of thing. But it's a history I don't know about. And yeah, so it always intrigued me, all these lovely old English things. And so I thought, oh, I should do something old. And so I did this boat. And I kind of thought, oh, I'm going to do a boat. So I did this boat and I looked at it and I thought, no, it looks wrong. And the more I looked at it, the more I thought, no, it looks wrong. So now I've got the outline of what I've just drawn. So I can, you know, I can stitch it now a little bit better for myself and get the picture going. And so I thought, no, that's not what I want. That's all wrong. And so I did a boat. I thought, no, that's wrong. And then I thought, I know, I want the boat to be upside down. And it made perfect sense in my head. And so away I went. I kind of drew this. I had a look at how boats were built and all that sort of thing. And I did this boat upside down and had the door closed. And then it just suited it. It was like, oh, that's really cool. And I put all this table outside and all those other bits and pieces that you have when when you do boat building, or what I classed as what you would have if you did boat building. And I thought it was really cool. I was like, oh, that's really cool. It made sense in my mind. And yeah, the next time Kate walked past, she laughed and she said, I knew you'd work it out. And she was right. I did. I had worked it out, but it took me a while. It actually took me an age to work out what to put down. And I'd show you the picture, but I think I've filed it away. It's one of those paintings I don't really look at very often, but I've been thinking more and more of it lately. I thought I should most probably get that painting out or do another painting like that. I've been concentrating on my skies and that sort of thing, but now I'm wanting to sit down and actually start on doing, proper work. And the more I think about it, the more I think, oh, I just want to get in and do the story I've got in my head. And someone said the other day that kids have started using picture storybooks. They seem to be a big thing where, you have paintings and that, and you don't actually write the story. There's a story there that you, as obviously, the person doing the book knows, but you leave enough interpretation for the children to kind of write the story themselves. And I thought, oh, I like that idea. Like, I really, really like that idea. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll work out a few pictures and a storyline, a few paintings, and I will just paint up a book. And then I'll see if I can get it published. So yeah, that's my thought with my art at the moment, where it's going to go. Yeah, I'm not really, but I think that could be rather cool. And also I've always wanted to do a book. So yep. I think that's what I'm going to do. And it would be a fun thing. So it would be obviously not a very serious story. And I was thinking, I could have the bird as the main character kind of thing and blah, 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 as you do when you're thinking these things through. But I don't know if I actually want the bird to be the main character. So I'll need to think about that a little bit. There we go. I just needed 2 more. I'm very happy with this. It's looking just a little bit like the boat I did. So yeah, not too bad. Done something here with this end. Seems to have split itself. So no, we got told that we were having this lovely hot front blowing in from Australia. So I was thinking, oh, it's going to be such a wonderful weekend. My husband's on call. That's great. I can do a little bit of gardening because, you know, I had Saturday off. And I had all these plans and things to do I could do in my garden. So I was feeling quite relaxed. I was like, oh, yep, well, I want to do this and I want to do that. It absolutely poured down with rain. Oh, the river's up again. I shouldn't, you know, should have known this. They had cricket on the other night on TV, and there they were um, in, oh, forgotten the name of it. No, that's right, yep. There we go, and I'm just going to do a bit of planking going across. They were in Christchurch and that, you know, everything, blah, blah, it's lovely weather. And then the next thing you know, it's closed due to rain. I thought, yeah, closed due to rain. That's right. That seems to be the life here in New Zealand. And I thought, oh, well, that hot blast from my Aussie friends didn't last very long, did it? But today it's lovely and fine. So, yep, after I've finished this, I only work on this for half an hour or so. But I think I'm most probably going to do a little bit more today than that. I don't know. I'll go out, do some more in my garden because my gardens are looking a sight. And I might be able to get some bark, which would be rather cool. I would love to get some bark in. So, yep, that's my thought for the afternoon. I'll be barking away, barking mad. Made sense in the old head anyway. Just going to go across. I'm going to leave a bit of a gap down there at the bottom for the door. And this will be the boat shed on the beach where, you know, people can fix up boats and do all of that in the community. Quite like the thought of that. If I wanted to, I guess I could stuff it a little bit. I've got a few orts here and about. So I think this one I'm going to use that lighter colour on. But first of all, I'm going to do a door. And I know a boat shed is usually, you know, a manly area, but I'll tell you the truth, I want a pink door. Just to be difficult, just to be difficult. And there's a bit of pink here. Oh, there's a little teeny weeny little bit down here. There. It's a different thread, but I'm not worried about that. I'm loving all these different threads. It's just coming in handy so much. It's just right from time to time to have this sort of thing. I thought I had another bag somewhere, but I can't seem to find that, so I don't know what I did with that. So here we go, a little door coming up. And I'm going to come down so I get the right angle on the door. And yes, it is a little bit fiddly, but I do love doing these small, teeny weeny little hand sewn projects. I find it very relaxing. Yeah. Just going to go up a little bit higher here. On that side. And the door's on an angle, which is cool. I love that. Love that. So I've gone quiet. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, you know, these things happen. I'm just kind of keen to get this down. Bits of thread that's come through there. I don't know where it's come from. I can't see anything here at the back. Is it that one there? Nope. Oh, there it is. Oh, where are my scissors? Over the wrong side of me because I need to put that And where's the other bit there? I'll just move those over to here. So I cleaned up my room a little bit yesterday, which was, I was getting a bit messy again, my studio. So that's okay. Everything's all nicely put away again now, so that makes me feel happy. Yep, I don't know. There's something about a tidy room. I've got loads and loads of projects all lined up everywhere, and I was like, oh crumbs. And I did think I would do my bag that I got from the Stitchery bag, but I haven't had the time to do that. I've just been so busy, just doing a bit of cleaning here and there, and yeah. And yesterday I got in and I did a bit more stitching for my class. We're making a table runner for a church, and we're at the stage where, things are, I just need to get in and do some stitching on it so that it was ready for class, ready for everyone, so we can carry on. And we're doing the background now, so we've got all the verses done and bits and pieces are done, so it looks really cool actually. I'm very happy with it. Now it's just a case of just waiting a bit and getting things done. Oh, lovely, lovely jubbly. Yep, I think I want that going across. I think I'm just going to use one thread, see how that goes, for the wooden planks on the front, and I might also add this to the other planks as well. To be very careful. It is a little bit fiddly doing this sort of thing, but it is so enjoyable. Once I put it on, I'm going to get a right thrill out of it, and I know that. And that's all I'm going to do, is add a little upside down boat shed, and we'll do a bit more next week on this. But I'm also wanting to add just a little bit longer on the, yeah, that looks good, on the scroll itself. So I need to find something to put on the scroll, and we'll just add a bit more. I'm thinking I might, like, if I added a little bit longer, maybe I could add a little town, and that would be rather fun. I like the idea of adding a little town. Just going to do some planking across here so that we know that that is the bottom of, I don't know, what is it called, the thing that cut through the water? It's not the rudder. Is it the rudder? Well, it could be, I don't know. It skims through the water. Just like the thought of that being added in. And a little bit more of this colour over here also. So there are no windows in it, because this is the so this is the boat there, so that bit there would be the back of the boat, and yeah, it makes sense in my head. Yeah. So yes, I thought that would be a rather cool thing to add. I don't know, I'm wondering if I can add a table or something outside it where it's got bits and bobs and maybe a bit of netting. So these things are popping in my head as I'm sitting here stitching very quietly away. But I might have to add that next week, as I do only like to spend half an hour on this. This is a quick little project. And I'm going to put it there. Turn her under. I'm going to do a finger press along here. And decide where I think it's going to go there. So it looks a little fun and funky at the moment, but that's all right. think I have got room to add a few things in. So now it's just a case of over stitching with this lovely colour. And for me, this is what slow stitching is all about. It's the fun of adding little bits and pieces here and there and a few stitches, and yeah, it's just so much fun. It's very relaxing. So I am hoping you're enjoying these Sunday little videos, quick little videos. I certainly am enjoying making them. So, you know, even if you're not enjoying them, I think I'll carry on doing them. I'm a shocker. What else did I... Oh, we had... what did I do yesterday? I watched a program on my iPad while I was busy stitching away on the Murdochs. So that's the family in America whose son killed someone with a boat. It's terrible. I remember. Do I remember that? Or do I remember the shooting at the stables or something? But anyway, it hasn't gone all the way through yet to the shooting at the stables. But I do know the wife and the son get shot in the stables. I remember that and being a bit flabbergasted about the whole thing and how a family can have so much power in a community. It was, yeah, it's kind of not something that happens here in New Zealand, where one family can get the laws on their side and all of that. I guess because in America, the laws, well, the police force is different. So you've got the police forces, what, you know, in the big centres, that's what we have everywhere throughout New Zealand. Well, we used to have everywhere throughout New Zealand. The government's closing down stations left, right and centre, and they're getting rid of community policing. I don't think that's a good idea. But, you know, I'm just a normal everyday New Zealander, so I've got no say in any of that. But I think we're going to regret that, you know, getting rid of all these stations that have been there for generations. Like there was a station in at Arthur's Pass, and they've closed that out. That was the only police force in all of Arthur's Pass. So now when you go through Arthur's Pass, there's no police presence anymore. I don't know, it just seems very dangerous to me. Maybe I'm thinking of it not in the most logical way, isn't it? Not logically. It just seems really weird. It's quite strange, but that's what the government's decided, and it's greatness, and who are we to argue? Just the people who can put them in power next time, and if we don't agree with it, we don't have to vote for them. And because I voted, I get to complain. I was to say that to my daughters: if you didn't vote in the local elections, you don't get to complain about the councillors. Oh no, you know, you've got to put your vote in. So yeah, I'll be asking that, because apparently not a lot of people in the Grey District voted for our local council. Oh, and it's so sad. Jackie didn't get in to be mayoress in Hokitika. Oh, I'm absolutely devastated on her behalf. And of course, I don't get to vote for the Hokitika elections. I'm here in Greymouth. But oh, when she was a councillor, my goodness, a lot of what Hokitika's got going for it now was done by Jackie. She was just amazing. And I get it, people don't like her because, well, Jackie used to be Jack, or whatever the name was before, but she is amazing, absolutely amazing. I love her to pieces. I think she's just an amazing person. She's so darn friendly. She's so into the community. I think that's what I like more than anything. You know, yeah, just an amazing person. In fact, I think she'd do well if she ran for government. Yep, I'd be voting for her for the local elections if she voted for the West Coast. You know, if she ran for a party here on the West Coast. I don't know which one she'd go under. That's the problem. And people here, you're either Labour or National, or you've got to stick with a party and that sort of thing. So it's a bit like that in America, where you kind of have your set parties that you stick with. That happens here too, but of course I don't. I vote for whoever I feel like, whoever I like the look of. Yep, I really do. I read all their campaign promises and all those bits and pieces. It's all very important to me. So yeah, it's such a small community, and the West Coast has always, it's a saying here, they always get left off on important decisions, just snipping into there. Very noisy outside today. I don't know what's happening. Loads and loads of motorbike sounds. So I don't think it's the weekend where we have the bike races on. So I think that's next weekend. Oh, you'll hear the rumble of the motorbikes. Yeah, I don't go to the street races. I'm not interested. The hospital's going to be so busy. And these people who fall off their bikes and then they're screaming in agony, oh, busted my leg, tibia bone sticking out the side. You were the one who entered the street race. Yep, no sympathy for them at all. I've got none. Zero amount of sympathy for them. So they shut off quite a few roads here in Greymouth, uptown. So of course you can't do any Sunday shopping, but that's okay. All the shops are closed on a Sunday here anyway. So even if you wanted to go Sunday shopping, you couldn't go Sunday shopping here on the coast. Well, in Greymouth, Hokotika's open, but everything's closed down. A couple of the cafes are open, and that sort of thing. But also, they usually have a market going, which Muggins likes. I love the market. But they decided in their greatness that the market was now going into the centre of the race. So you've got to actually enter and pay to enter to get to the market. And I'm sorry, I'm not supporting something like that. So I'm going to miss the market this time. I thought, no, I'm not going to go. I don't like the street racing. I don't like what it does to our roads. A lot of damage is done to our roads, and the council are keen for them to come and do this, but they don't fix the roads up afterwards. And I think one year someone died here. It was awful. It was absolutely awful. And blow me down, they hadn't even cleaned the blood off the road. No, there was still blood on the road in places. It was awful. I thought, oh, nope. I can't support it. I just can't support it. I can't get behind it. And I know it's a community thing and we should be getting behind it, but these are people coming out, and also it's a long weekend and it's busy. But people, the train comes in, people get off the train and they usually walk around town on a Sunday. They most probably think, oh, we'll go to a coast on the Sunday, we'll go to Greymouth, we'll do a bit of shopping. Heads up, most things are closed. And so they walk uptown and they can't actually get into the town without paying. Yeah, and they're not there for the street races. They are there for, I think it's like an hour. They have a layover here in Christchurch, here in Greymouth, and then they go back on the train to Christchurch. They're not staying the night. They're not here to do anything. They are just here for the train. So a part of me goes, well, it'd be good for the people coming on the train. There's something finally for them to do, and I think that is the coast to coast, one of the busiest days for it is the Sunday, and people are always a little bit disappointed when they get here, and I feel sorry about it. Oh, it's looking all right. It's not looking too bad, actually. I was beginning to think, oh, do I like it? But I do. I like it quite a bit. I'm not the best at turning under the stitches, but I'm getting there. And these bits of thread I most probably should have cut off all this thread in the background, but of course Muggins didn't. I never do. I never do. Oh, there we go. Looking great. Whoops. Can't actually see the needle coming up. I can feel this room is heating up, so the sun has finally come out to play, which is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Yep, I'm going to definitely spend a couple of hours out in the garden this afternoon, and I've still got loads and loads of stitching on the table runner to do. Just that little bit there to do, but I don't know if I've got enough. Oh, shall we play thread chicken? It's been a while since my last thread chicken episode. Let's go for it again. I'm just going to push this back so the needle can come up and under. And then I can slowly push this through like so. Using the other side of the needle would most probably be better. There we go. Oh, see? How cool is that? Very cool. I love it quite a bit. Going to have to do something else here. I might make that into a picnic blanket. That would be rather cool, wouldn't it? To do a picnic blanket. I guess that would be a very big blanket. Oh, that's okay. Everything's slightly out of whack here, isn't it? Size-wise. Size-wise. Oh, can I? Oh, don't know. I need a shorter needle, but I'm liking these longer needles at the moment. Oh, there we go. And I will have to go there. And tie it off. That I'm not so sure about. Oh. Maybe I can just thread it through without a knot. Oh, no, wrap around, 1, 2. Keep on pushing through. Re-thread it at the back and then pull it through. And there you go, I've got a knot. And I'm just going to thread that through the back there. Oh my goodness, I'm a shocker today. A shocker. Let's have a little look-see here. Can I re-thread? Nope. Yep, there we go. Right. I'll just put you in there. So there's the little upside down boat. At the moment I'm thinking it doesn't quite look right. But I can kind of see the boat outline. I'm going to leave it. I know what it is. Either that or it could be a very funky house, couldn't it? So, you know, either way I'm good. I'm not sure what to do here. Can I? Oh, hang on. I had some little bits and pieces in my orc container. Look at this. No, it's the same colour as that, so that doesn't work. Shall I go around with the black? And I think I will. I'm just going to put a little bit of black through to define the outline of, I'm using the smaller needle, the red one. And I might just weave it through, or whip stitch it, I guess is what I'm thinking of, so that it is a better defined line. Giving it a little bit of an inking, I guess, is what I'm feeling. So if we come down here, and we just need to whip stitch around here. Yep, that's better already, isn't it? Now it doesn't look like a giant turd. Oh dear. I'm just going to go through twice there. There we go. So I'm just defining it a little bit. Oh, trying not to click anything else. And I think that's working, going from the inside out. And you see how that's defined that just a little bit more. Just makes it a little bit nicer. So I'm going to do that again. I just need to tie off a little bit. And thread it through the back. The scissors are over here. I have to remember to put my yeah, that looks better. I'm going to define that line going up here so that you know that's the end of the bit that slices through the water. Just up through here. Trying not to catch the fabric, just the stitch. Quite like that. And I'm going to come down here to the outside over here, and I'm just going to go across so that you can see that's the side of the boat there. Yep. And I might do another one over to there. Oh, now we're definitely looking more and more boat-like. Very happy. I think we could almost do with a little window down there. So just tie off. I think I've run out of this thread. Something smells yummy. It smells like pizza. Pizza. I have a small container. A little bead there. I don't think that's the one I'm after. Let's have a look. Here we go. They're the ones I'm after. And I would like to put one of these teeny tiny little wooden beads in the side as a window. That's what I am thinking. So just grab one of these out if I can. Very teeny tiny. Oh, we've got 400 gazillion beads out. Here we go. And see how it's a teeny tiny little bead. Just a little wooden bead. And let's just put that back up there in my container. I've got the bead here. I need some thread, thread, preferably brown, but I haven't got brown. I've got whatever this colour is. Here we go. And I need that very fine needle. Gosh, I hope that goes through there. I'm about to find out. And I think that'll look lovely. It's just a little window inside the little workshop that I've made out of this turned upside down boat. Putting a knot in the end. It is a very thin piece of thread, just one strand of DMC thread. And see, where would I like that window? I would like it around about there. That's what I'm thinking. So can we get through? No, but if I'm a little bit naughty, which from time to time I can be, and we'll chop the end off so it's all nice and lovely, we could be able to thread the bead. Oh, don't want to have to get out my beading needle, it's terrible. I'm going to have to. Right, beading needle, where are you? Have I managed that? Something's... Oh, my beading needle's already pre-threaded. So I'm going to use the thread in there. So I'll pull out that brown thread. And it's pink, but truly at this stage, I do not care. I don't care what colour's on there, as long as it's, you know, it's going to knot and I can get this bead on. Oh, I'm terrible with this needle. Ooh. And here we go. And there we go. It's on the beading needle and it's gone through straight away. And I think I can get 2 of those on. If I come up the other side. And I go like that. There we go. And I might also come up this side here. And come down and through again. Actually, if I can turn it on its side, yes, I like that a little more. So I can turn it on its side. That's better. And bring it there. Ooh, see how the needle bends? These are jolly nice needles. It's just, I'm just not into beading at the moment. Well, once I get the needle threaded, I'm fine, but it's threading the needle. Oh my goodness. There we go. So there is the lovely little house, and that's where we're going to leave it today. Like I said, it's just a quick little video. It always is on Sundays. It's just a bit of relaxing time for me, and I turn on the camera and we just relax together. Oh, here we go. all nicely done. And I need to put that needle back in its container. I put my beading needle straight away, goes back into my book. And it's got a curve on it because it's so old that it's now curved. I don't know. And there we go. Everything gets put away. So we'll leave that like so, and I'll just clear up my mess. Put everything back in its little container in front of me so everything's all nicely placed away. What have I done here? Doesn't want to go in. There we go. There's my pin cushion away, and my tangle is going back into the bag. And it's all nicely held there, and it's waiting for the next time we visit each other. So I missed a bit of thread. There we go. So I do hope you enjoyed today's video. If so, please give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. I'll be on Facebook off and on throughout the day. We can have a little bit of a natter. That'd be lovely. And I'll catch you all again tomorrow for Susanna's piece. We're looking forward to it. Gonna do some stitching. Gonna do loads of stitching on there. Okay, we'll see you all tomorrow. All right, bye for now from Crafter Artosaurus Land. All right, bye.